Hi, it's Brian Newman with the Showcase Series, and one of our presenters is about to present. This is Ron with Sea Wizards 3D Prints. Hi, Ron.
Hello, Brian. Now, I'd like to tell you a little story about 3D printing. 3D printing is an additive process, which means basically that you're adding one layer on top of another to build a product, as opposed to the old method of building things where they took and cut away pieces. That's a subtractive process. So applications for 3D printing include healthcare, automotive, aerospace, art and fashion, and construction. Matter of fact, in construction, they have a 3D printer that prints with cement. So you can take and build a wall of a house using a 3D printer and cement. So I've even seen 3D printing used with chocolate. So can you imagine printing something with chocolate and then afterwards eating it up? Now, when I started my business, I had a few problems that I had to overcome. The first problem I printed something and took it to a meeting. I showed it at the meeting and somebody wanted to buy it immediately. Now, I didn't own the rights to sell that print, so I ended up giving that print to the person instead of selling it to them. So the solution to that is I went out and I found developers or designers that they can design prints. All they're interested in doing is designing prints for 3D printers. They're not interested in selling the print. They're not interested in, shipping it or anything else. So they sell the rights to take and print these things. I'm now up to 6 designers that I work with, and each of them has their own style and products that they design. The second problem I have is a lot of my designers like to design toys. You know, the dragons and things like that, cartoon characters, stuff that kids will buy. But, that doesn't always sell to adults. So my second problem was I needed some more things to sell to adults. I'm slowly working into that. I'm starting to print a lot of the QR placards to take and advertise your business. I've done a lot of name tags for Brian and other people. I'm doing card holders now, business card holders. I have 3 different types of business card holders. And uh, soon moving into phone cases or phone holders. And if you guys have any ideas on something to take and print, please reach out. I love printing toys, but I want to take and print functional items. So please let me know if you have anything. The third problem I had was I start a print and my printer's busy for the next 3 to 4 hours, 6, 10 hours. So I can only do one thing at a time. And these printers are not cheap. They're, $800 a piece. So what to take and get around that, I bought a second printer. So now I can print 2 times as fast. 2 printers. And depending on what I print, it depends. The third problem I had, oh, that was the third problem. The fourth problem I had was these printers make noise when they print. And printing for my house, I could only print 8 hours a day because after 8 hours, people come home and they're disturbed by the noise of the printers. So I found a tough shed basically, and I've moved my operation out into the tough shed. So now I can print around the clock. This dragon that I just showed a little bit ago took 33 hours to print. I could have never done that in the house, but out here I can do that. So these are just some of the problems that I've worked out. Now I want to tell you how the printers actually work. I buy a roll of filament. They cost about $25 and as much as $35. The filament is colored depending on what color you want. It's 1.75 millimeters, which is, a little small, but no big deal. You take and run that into the printer gets really hot. It takes and gets up to 200 degrees centigrade or 428 degrees Fahrenheit. It melts this plastic melts this plastic, and then it's forced through a hole that's 0.4 millimeters thick or in diameter, which is really small. It's forced out of that hole onto the plate where it starts to cool. As each layer goes on, it goes on top of that layer, that last layer, building up step after step. And I'll show you a video of that pretty soon. Now, depending on how big your print is, how complicated your print is, you could have 1,000 layers of filament piled on top of each other. So this item right here, it's a bank. It took about 10 hours to print. There's over 1,000 layers of filament on this thing. And I will show you a video of this pretty soon. Matter of fact, I'll show that to you right now. So can I show my screen?
Yeah.
So this is the snake that or the dragon that I printed out that took 33 hours. The process, every time it takes and prints a line, the camera will take a shot showing the progress. So I'll run that one more time. And then I have another one of the bank. This is the bank that I just showed you. I don't know why it stopped, but This is a vase that I printed, and you can see really well here how it does one layer at a time. And that's basically it. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer them.
Here, wait, let me adjust this.